fell like a warning that morning, thick and heavy, swallowing the narrow mountain road until even the skies seemed to vanish. Tires screamed, engines coughed, and 15 motorcycles skidded to a halt in the white silence, stranded and helpless. The storm was getting worse by the second, fingers numb, fuel low, visibility gone. That was when they saw it, barely standing against the wind, a small, aging house with smoke curling from its chimney, like a fragile heartbeat in the cold. If you believe small acts of kindness can change lives, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Touch of Kindness. This story is for everyone who believes in second chances and humanity, even when the world feels cold. The house belonged to Maribel Hawthorne, 74-year-old widow who had lived alone since the mill closed and her husband passed away years earlier. Her days were quiet, measured by sunlight through lace curtains and the ticking of an old wall clock. That morning, she had been kneading dough near the window when shadows moved outside, shapes against the snow. When she opened the door, the wind nearly knocked her back. 15 bikers stood there, soaked, exhausted, faces hardened by years of road and judgment, leather jackets stiff with ice, helmets tucked under arms, eyes wary. People like them rarely knocked on doors like hers, and people like her rarely opened doors for them. Maribel saw past the noise of reputation and fear. She saw trembling hands and blue lips. She let them in without hesitation. The house filled with steam and the scent of wet leather as coats were piled near the stove. Chairs were dragged closer, blankets pulled from old trunks, and soup reheated again and again until every bowl was full. Maribel moved slowly but with purpose, ignoring the ache in her knees, pretending she did not notice how little food remained in her pantry. She had survived harder winters. These men might not survive this one if she turned them away. The bikers expected suspicion, maybe pity. What they did not expect was warmth without questions. Maribel did not ask where they were from or why they rode together. She did not flinch at their scars or heavy boots on her clean floor. She simply smiled, a tired but steady smile, and told them to sit, to eat, to rest. Outside, faded into a pale, endless white, but inside, the storm lost its power. As hours passed, the house grew crowded. Laughter returned in small, careful bursts. Someone fixed a loose hinge on the door. Another stacked firewood from the shed without being asked. One man quietly repaired the broken fence post out back, his gloves stiff with ice. Belle noticed everything but said nothing. She only refilled cups and stirred the pot thinner so it would stretch. That night, the wind howled until dawn. Maribel slept lightly in her chair, listening to the rise and fall of unfamiliar breathing around her. She wondered if she had done the right thing, if kindness was still safe in a world that so often punished it. Yet when she woke to sunlight pouring through the window, soft and clear, she felt a strange peace settle in her chest, revealed a calm, bright day. Snow sparkled under a pale blue sky. Maribel shuffled to the window, expecting to see the 15 motorcycles preparing to leave. Instead, caught. The narrow road was lined end to end with motorcycles, nearly 100 of them, shining in the daylight like a silent guard of honor. Riders stood quietly, helmets off, heads bowed. Word had traveled through the night, carried by radios and loyalty stronger than blood. A woman had opened her door when the world slammed shut. The bikers Maribel sheltered had called their families, their clubs, their brothers and sisters on the road. They had told them about a small house, an old woman, kindness that asked for nothing in return. Now they had come, not to take but to give. They cleared snow, fixed the roof, repaired the porch, stacked enough firewood to last the winter. They left supplies, money tucked into envelopes, and promises whispered into the cold air. More than that, they left respect. As the engines started one by one, the sound was not threatening but gentle, like a farewell hymn echoing through the valley. Maribel stood on her porch, wrapped in a wool shawl, tears freezing on her cheeks. She had lived quietly for years, invisible to the world. One small act had made her seen.